Wow, what an awesome day we've had. What an awesome week, in fact. I'm sitting here at Georgia National Cemetery. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now, and I'm happy to report it was a resounding success. We met with no resistance. Um, we had almost 3,000 flags. We had probably 30 volunteers, um, and it was just phenomenal. Lori did a fantastic job of orchestrating everything. A very good job of pre-positioning all the flags, and everybody knew exactly where to come to get the flags. They had great instructions on what to do, and it was just phenomenal. I prayed the whole 20 miles over here from the house. I was like, Lord, please don't let us meet with any resistance. Just let us get in there and get these flags placed on these heroes' headstones. And by God, that's what happened. I mean, we had folks from our neighborhood, Bentwater, folks that we don't even know in Ackworth. We're fairly new to the neighborhood. They showed up. The people that own the company Hannah works for showed up. Several of Lori's friends showed up. I had co-workers show up, and their families and their neighbors, and folks from my old company, folks from my business partner, and their kids. What a great opportunity to teach your kids how solemn these national cemeteries are. And I tell you, I couldn't be more proud of my wife for pulling this off. When we heard that there wouldn't be the normal ceremony and there would be no placement of the flags, we were just like, what? And Lori was like, I've got to have a flag at Zane's headstone. And then just the desire to have the one flag grew into us having almost 3,000 flags and 30 people to help us distribute them. And it was just a phenomenal thing. There are a lot of people out here today paying their respects to their loved ones. And it's just had so many great conversations with people here, thanking us for what we were doing, thanking everybody for placing the flags. When I first got here, there was a Cherokee County Sheriff officer here at the administrative building. And I thought, oh boy. And geez, it wasn't just a few minutes, and he was gone. And I thought he was going to. Hang on a second, we got some motorcycles coming by. There's been a lot of motorcycle groups through here today. Some Patriot Guard riders, of course, and lots of different organizations. I tell you what, if you can't social distance on 775 acres, I don't know what to tell you. And that's how big Georgia National Cemetery is. I was joking with a guy. I said, hey, 775 acres out here. I know that's slightly smaller than the average Walmart, but I think we can keep our distance. In fact, if you do the math, for 775 acres, if there's 100 of us, we can be 7 acres apart, a little more than 6 feet. But behind me, you see the new Veterans Tribute Tower, and a couple times a day that plays, and it plays the national anthem, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It plays all the branch of the service songs. Just phenomenal addition to the cemetery here. They had that installed on Friday, and it's got 3 bells in it. And just a phenomenal addition to Georgia National Cemetery, which is just absolutely beautiful up here, just at the foothills of the North Georgia Mountains in Canton, Georgia. But what a resounding success. I can't wait to get home, and people are wanting updates on how things went. People have been praying for us. People have been rooting for us. Lori needs to get some fluids and take a nap. She's been going. She spent probably 10 hours yesterday on the flags. And then we got here about 12:30. Now it's about 2:30. So a good 2+ hours out here in the heat. Probably close to 90 today. Not quite as humid as it was yesterday. But anyway, just everybody that came out, thank you guys. I tell you what, it would have been quite a task for Lori and I to put all those flags out ourselves. Of course, we were committed to doing it if that's what it took. But having everybody here, just was great, and we can't thank you enough. And hopefully next year, when we're beyond all this virus silliness, we can have a proper formal Memorial Day ceremony out here, and the placement of the flags will be much more expedient with the Boy Scouts and the ROTC groups and whatnot. But once again, it was a success. Everybody that's been waiting to hear, thank you for all who contributed, flags, money, prayers, support, and for the folks that came out here and helped us place all the flags. I tell you what, the American spirit is alive and well, and we are not alone. You're starting to see in the news folks in Minnesota and Michigan and Nebraska, all over the country, are saying, wait a minute, that ain't right. Those national cemeteries, they belong to us. Those are our family and friends out there, and they've done the same thing. And it's turned out that it's against policy to have groups, but you know what? Organized groups, but I'll tell you, we're anything but organized. So we got that going for us. And the only group that we belong to is Patriotic Americans. So like I mentioned, people that we had out here placing the flags came from all over the place, work, neighborhood, everywhere. But thanks again, folks. Everything went great. We got 3,000 flags placed today, and it was just a treat to watch young people doing that, and their parents teaching them about the solemnness and the reverence of Georgia National Cemetery and places like it. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, and then a phenomenal Memorial Day. Of course, this group of people that listens to me doesn't have to be told the meaning of Memorial Day, and you folks are patriots, and I appreciate you. And I'm going to go home. I might take a shower, have a cigar. It's a beautiful day, and we'll be back out here tomorrow, actually. They're not having a ceremony on Memorial Day, but there is going to be a helicopter flyover about 11:30. There's 4 Army helicopters that are going to make their way in a big circuit around North Georgia, and Georgia National Cemetery is on the flight path. So I'll try to get some video of that when I'm out here tomorrow. But until then, we'll see some of you tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern on Speaking of Zane, and we'll talk more about placing the flags here at Georgia National Cemetery today. God bless you, everybody. Talk to you later.